welcome. Today, I have a special guest today that I'd like to share with you. You ready? Oh, yeah. And she actually is not excited because I didn't send my questions. See, remember, I have a brain damage, not a tumor. Anyways, all right. Well, here we go. Remember, I'm still learning this software and trying to figure stuff out. And I should probably check that we're on everything. Which, okay, I think, well, okay, there's that. All right, here we go. You ready? And there we go. Hey, welcome, Erin, my little sister.
Hi.
And she is so happy, mind I say. Oh, and I sprung this on you, I said, what, like the 20 minutes ago?
About 20 minutes to 30 minutes ago.
Hey, I move fast now. It's in the moment.
That's
So
fine.
I will say, well, thank you. And the school, see, my sister, but loves her better anyways. Don't get any
It's not
wild
true.
ideas here. All right, so I'll make it quickish. Basically, so how did you find out about my accident?
I found out about your accident. Some one of your friends, I think, out in California, had put it online or put it on up on your Facebook, saying that any family member of Aubrey's needs to call this number. And I was busy, with oh gosh, Hannah had just turned a year old, so I didn't get on Facebook much. And then my friend, my best friend Kira, Chilcott, she did. She ended up calling me and saying, go to Aubrey's Facebook page. She's been in an accident. There's the number to call. And I was like, what?
So it was
I,
Kira. Shout out to
it,
Kira, but
yeah, yeah, it was Kira who actually told me to go and check your Facebook page.
yeah.
So I checked your Facebook page and there was a number. And so I called that number. I don't remember whose number it was.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I called the number and they were like, here's the number out to the hospital out in San Francisco,
Yeah.
or that first hospital that you were at. It was, where was it at?
Uh, in Walnut Creek, what was it?
Walnut Creek. Yep. Yeah. In
Longview.
Walnut Creek. Yep. And so I ended up calling that number, and the nurse guy that answered it blessed me out.
Oh, really? What
And
happened?
yeah, he told me, he was like, I wish people would stop calling about her, and I was just like, and I quickly put him in his place, and I was like, I don't give a crap about everybody else. I'm her sister.
Yeah.
So you will answer my questions.
Yeah.
so,
Just gonna say, just
so
so you know, this my sister. I'm like, she doesn't take no crap. I'm like, she got those genes. I need to try to get those, but way to go, Aaron. Obviously, also, this is the first time I'm hearing it, so I think it's cool. Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, so I mean, that's when he told me that you whoops. Sorry, that's when he told me that you had gotten in an accident and that you were in a coma,
Yeah.
but that we didn't know anything um, really else at that point, So called April, if I remember correctly, um, and so we ended up, discussing back and forth, if we were going to go out to San Francisco or not. Ben and I, we had just bought the house. So I was just like, I don't have any money
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
get
was
to
about to
San
say, don't do that.
Francisco.
Uh,
So Roger ended up booking us. on flights, both of us,
Yeah.
on flights with his with all of his miles, that he had. So I got out there first.
So was there any talk like, what about mom and dad? Like,
Yeah, we were wondering like how we were going to get a hold of them and if they were going to be able to come up.
because by
And
the way, they were out of the country at that time
yeah, they were down on the islands.
in Honduras,
Um,
where my dad was born.
uh, yep. And let's see. Yeah, so we all actually ended up getting there, and I think it was a Monday night. I got there first, and then
Yeah.
a couple hours later, April, mom and dad, they ended up getting there at the same time.
Dude, so yeah, mom and
So,
dad came all the way from another country, by the way.
mhm, yep.
So, y'all all showed up. So, what did you think when you first saw me? You're like,
Well, April told me on the phone, while I was driving out there to the hospital, she was just like, okay. She's like, she got in a really bad accident. Aubrey's not going to look like Aubrey. And, that kind of had me freaking out a little bit. And I was like, what do you mean Aubrey's not going to look like Aubrey? How does she not look like Aubrey?
yeah,
And, uh, because I remember, Stevie, the guy that lives, that grew up across the street from us, when he got in his motorcycle accident, like his head like swelled up like a balloon.
yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, I was like, that's what Aubrey's gonna look like. Oh my gosh, I got there and and
So, you had some
um
preconceived
I
idea.
yeah, so yeah, I got to the hospital and uh I didn't know like where I was going or what. And then I remember I got to the waiting room and I just had like these big old arms just come and wrap them around me. And I had no clue who it was. Well, it ended up being our cousin Tyler.
Oh, gosh.
And he took me back there. He held my hand and he took me back there. And right when I saw you, I was like, oh, she's fine. She'll be fine. She'll,
I
I'm
had
like,
this traumatic
her
accident.
her head's not a big balloon. I'm like, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. So, and
I'm
after that,
impressed.
after that moment, I honestly, I wasn't overly worried because I knew that you were going to be okay. So
And so, how long did you stay out that time?
that was the only time that I was able to come out. Because the plane tickets were anywhere from $800 to $1,000. So we stayed for almost a week. I think it was. We stayed for almost a week,
And they had said I would
and
be in a coma for at least 3 months, right?
that I don't really remember. I
Well,
remember
that's the only thing I found out. But what did you say
about what.
about me being in a coma and you
Oh,
about
I
to
just
leave
I just said I was like she'll be fine. I was like she'll wake up. I know she will.
after I leave, huh?
And I knew it. I was like she is going to open her eyes the day after I leave, and that's exactly what you did.
Praise
You came out of your coma. You probably you thought, well, like finally my little sister's gone. I can wake up.
I am not that way. I can't believe.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And now I will just try to say, so what would you say are the major differences between before Aubrey and post accident Aubrey?
Pre Aubrey and post accident,
Yeah. Like,
you're less of a bitch.
wow. I'm like, wait, can you say that? I'm like, your daughter's just right over there. And
No, you're you're happier now. You're less secretive. Because before, if you didn't want anybody to know anything about you, you were very good at keeping secrets. Now you're more open. You don't mind sharing. You don't mind letting people in. you know, and you just seem to be a happier person, you know. Well, I mean, because of the experience that you went through. I mean, you almost died, you know. So um, I do remember in the hospital we had a family meeting with the doctor, and the doctor there at the first hospital was just like, she's going to be a vegetable the rest of her life. You know, she's not gonna bounce. You know, she's never gonna wake up. If she does wake up, you know, she's just gonna be a vegetable. You know, there's no hope. And I remember a dad just stood up and pointed his fat little sausage fingers in her face, and he goes, "You might be a good doctor, but I know a better one." And at first, you know, like she didn't know what he was talking about, you know, and
Yeah.
she started to kind of take offense to it, you know, and but then she was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you believe in God. Okay, okay, okay." You know, so I'll let that one slide.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but you know,
Um,
I do remember that part.
really. And that was quite a meeting. I
Yeah,
freaked out. But
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's the doctor that you end up flicking off when you first woke up, because
Oh,
she was
Dr.
the one that,
Hillis.
yeah, she was the one that kept pinching you and leaving like bruises on your body, you
Gosh.
know, to see
Yeah,
like
she
how,
would pinch me under my arm and my armpit and then behind
yeah,
my knee. So that's why I got this tattoo. This is
yeah.
never give up because I flicked her off. Oopsie.
Yep.
And I usually don't.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that was the doctor that you flicked off that I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, there's my sister.
Hey. Okay, so I'm not a bitch now. I'm a nicer person. Well, hey, we could say Team Paula, my
Hashtag Team
wife.
Paula.
Yep. See?
Hashtag Team
Hashtag
Paula
Team
all the
Paula.
way.
See? They all love Paula more than me. I always wanted them to love my wife. Now they love her more than me. It's kind of like when I was in the hospital, all my therapists loved my mother more than me. Anyways, my own stuff. But
You're just the extra, Aubrey. It's all good.
what? Okay, well, yeah. Thanks for watching my show, and yeah, maybe I should have more people on to embarrass me. Yep.
I didn't embarrass you.
Oh gosh, well, something. All right. Well, thank you, Aaron, for coming on and telling all this. And hey, I'm glad I even learned this stuff for the first time. I'm like, wait, what? But yep, that is awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. And oh, above all, remember, you matter, your story matters, and you belong here. You too, Aaron.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Bye bye.